I've had a few comments like this one asking my opinion on which circular knitting machine to get when first starting out. Personally, I recommend the 48, which is the largest because you can do the most with it, but here's a little bit more information on all three sizes and the options for them. The only brand and machines that I have is the Sentro. I don't have the Jamits or the Addies, or there's a couple other, like I think one's called Loop and Hook. I don't have any of those machines, so I'll just stick with talking about the Sentros because that's what I have and what I'm familiar with. So they are all plastic machine. You know, it is considered a toy. It is all plastic. So the other thing is that it comes in 3 different sizes. So there's the 48 needle. It has 48 needles in the round. There is the 40 needle, which is this guy here. It's the medium size one. And then there's the 22. Personally, if you have never used a circular knitting machine, don't get the 22. Even though he's the least expensive, I have the most issue with this guy, and I have had 2 of them. And this one's still very finicky when it comes to yarn. This gear in here will skip and strip and stutter, and it's quite annoying, frankly, at times. I have heard that there is a replacement gear you can get off Etsy. I haven't bought it yet, but I might. If I do, I will do an update on that. But so I wouldn't recommend this one. I would recommend either the 40 or the 48. I have 2 48 circular knitting machines. I have one that's 4 years old. It still works great. And this one I got last year in November of 2023. So I've had him for a while. And then this guy I had for about 3.5 years. I don't have the issues with the yarn like I do on this one. I can use more types of yarn on these, and I don't have any issues with either of my 48s or my 40 of the gears like studding or stripping or anything like that. So that's always worked very smoothly. You just can't use too thick of a yarn. Then you will have some issues no matter what machine you use. The 48 is the only one that comes with a row counter. Now, some people say that this can break. Neither of mine have broken. My older one, it will sometimes skip a count. And so I got a digital row counter for it, and you can get them on Amazon as well. There's a pink brand like this. There's this purple brand. Both of them work on any of the size machines, but it's not broken. So just sometimes skip a count, and then all of a sudden it will like catch up a little bit. It's really weird. This one, like I said, I've had since November, and he still works great, but it doesn't count the rows when you're doing the panel mode. There's panel mode, P for panel, and then there's tube mode, where tube mode, it goes in around, and panel mode, you have to go back and forth. So this only works in the tube. So I got a digital row counter, and I placed it down here so I can count the rows in panel mode. The 40 doesn't come with a counter, so I put a counter on him for the tube mode. I don't have a counter for this guy, but you can get a digital one if you would like. The 48 does adult size beanie hat, where the 40 does not. So if you're wanting to make adult size beanie hats, I would go with the 48. It also makes wider scarves, so you can do a little bit more with this guy. It's easier. If you're wanting to make infant size beanie hats, it is possible, and I have a tutorial on how to do it in the panel mode. But this one's really good for child and infant size beanie hats. This one would be more for preemie and making sock doll toys and things of that nature. So if you want to do the most and get the most bang for your buck, I honestly personally think the 48. But the 40 has its place. After about 6 months, I purchased it, but it's not probably necessary. And this one's just really cute to make fun little sock dolls. But again, it can be finicky, so just keep that in mind. I can't use as thick of yarn as I do with these. Both of these, I can get number 2, 3, and 4 weighted yarns to work in these. I have not found a number 5 weighted yarn that works. Someone left a comment, said they got a thinner number 5 and it worked on their machine, but I haven't found a thin enough one yet. This one, I stick kind of with the 2, 3, and real thin 4s for this guy to work. But it is a plastic product and is a lot less expensive than doing the Addy, which is a metal product. So I hope this helps when looking for what size you want. And I have everything linked in my bio to my Amazon storefront. It has all 3 of these, as well as the digital row counters if you would like to get those as well, the purple one and the pink one. So thank you so much for watching, and happy crafting.